Warm welcome to everybody. Here is part 2 of our sustainability coffee talk. My name is Frey. I'm head of the department Sustainability and Efficiency in Process Technology at Evonik. And today I'm here with Matthias and Thilo in the IT Cube in Hanau. Matthias, could you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi, I'm Matthias. I'm responsible for the climate neutrality roadmap of the business line Animal Nutrition.
And I'm Thilo Krapfl, and I'm in our business line Oil Additives, responsible for the industrial marketing. And that's also where we have anchored sustainability directly in the business.
Thank you. So we already heard in the first part that your businesses are quite different products, different customers, but there are some similarities as well. So both of you and me too, we're highly involved in our roadmap development towards carbon neutrality. So in the beginning, we talked more general about it in more general manner, but now I would like to know, are there really specific projects or measures that we are already doing or we got started? Is there something you could tell us?
Yeah, thanks for the question. Yeah, we just announced the capacity expansion of our methionine site in Singapore. And as a part of this project, we will not only increase the capacity, but we will also take the chance to implement new technologies that will allow us to reduce emissions. And by doing so, we will almost be able to compensate for the extra emissions that will be generated by the increase in production capacity.
I think this is a very important point you just mentioned. So very often sustainability refers to decoupling the economic growth from the CO2 emissions. And it looks like that you are really making a bold step towards that with your project.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you. And yeah, we're working towards that goal. And one important piece of the puzzle is for us is the installation of an electrolyzer that provides additional hydrogen that we need for increasing the production capacity. And this electrolyzer will produce hydrogen from green electricity.
Wow. So it looks like that this big puzzle is really having lots of small pieces that need to fit together in this big project, and is quite complicated to arrange something like that, I guess. So who is involved and how did you start that and arrange that? Could you tell us a bit more about that, please?
Yeah, you're right. There are several other pieces to that puzzle. And we're not only installing an electrolyzer, we're also using the excess steam that we have for producing electricity. So by installing a steam turbine, and we will also improve the heat integration and also the product yield of the process. And there are colleagues from different departments involved, from research, engineering, local supply chain, that make this possible.
So if I summarize that just in my mind, so you have been telling us that there will be electrolyzer, spending green hydrogen to your process. There is heat integration. There is process intensification. Are there any further improvements you could already tell here, or it's already a lot? So.
Yeah, it's already a lot. Of course, there are several other smaller projects. We also are going to, for example, improve the burners of our combustion chambers, and that also significantly reduces the amount of natural gas that we need.
So let's have a look in your business. What are your puzzle pieces that you have in the oil additive production and process improvement?
Yeah, I touched in our first part a little bit already on the measures that we are looking at, and let me expand on that, because if you look at our product carbon footprint, then the majority of the emissions really comes from our raw materials. So for us, the scope 3 is a very, very strong focus. Having said that, if we were to simply neglect the scope 1 and scope 2, we would not be telling the whole picture. And even more so, scope 1 and scope 2 is what we have in our own hands. So this is what we can actively already reduce today. And I have to say, it's been quite I'd say, very positive experience in the last weeks, because we had, for example, a workshop with our production teams, and a very long list of ideas came out of these workshops. So I think there's no lack of ideas. It's just a matter of making sure that we have the resources to actually implement these very good ideas.
That's good to hear. So when we look in that what our plan is beyond 2030, then I think we all see that the journey is about going from linear value chains into circular value chains. And in this world of circular value chains, partnerships and jointly developing new technologies will become more and more important. And I think this is important to look in that as well. If you look into Scope 3 emissions, what are your experience and views on that here, Thilo?
Yes, absolutely. We talked so much now about product carbon footprint, and that is, of course, the most obvious KPI that is being looked at today. But there are already questions and discussions from customers who are asking about setting new KPIs. One example is a focus on circularity. And in our business, circularity really is already being implemented as we speak, because used lubricants can be re-refined back into base oils, and then those base oils can be used for, let's say, the new fresh lubricant. And so that's a classical circular setup. And customers are looking at defining KPIs saying, well, how much percent circularity is in your product? So we are equally looking at utilizing such materials for our own production. And if you look even beyond that, then we're, of course, tasked by our customers to really develop towards CO2 neutral, fully circular products. For example, utilizing CO2 as a raw material. And luckily, Evonik is also working on this. So we have high hopes that we can benefit from this as a business and utilize such materials in the future.
Thank you. I think there were already not only 5, I think there were at least 10 very important puzzle pieces and bold steps we heard today. So thank you for the information about the projects running in your business and in your productions. I would like to thank you for giving us the opportunity to hear what is going on, and wish you all the best. And thank you for being with me here in our second coffee talk today. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Evonik, leading beyond chemistry.